What is going on? Welcome back to Thursday night live top 5 baits for Lake Fork bass fishing and all surrounding bass fishing areas and needs and wants and desires. I'm tired, folks. I'm late. I bet some of you guys probably thought I wasn't coming tonight. I'm sorry. I apologize for being late. I had some off the water business phone calls to attend to, and I greatly apologize for that. So, my bad for being late, homies. That being said, let's kick it, man. Let's talk about our best baits to fish this weekend. Let's talk about current fishing conditions. Let's answer as many of your questions as we possibly can. Get some shout outs out of the way right off the top for the early joiners, the early crowd. Early gang, whoo. Yeah, early gang, you. Fishing Midwest here, Sean Allen, Casey Gaby, Dusty Newton, Todd Duty, T229, Kevin Jones, Justin Boyd, early gang, Big John's Life, Morrison Outdoors, Jeff Bonner, Fred Solis, Bustin' Outdoors, Head Case, Baits, D-Money. What up, D-Money? There you go. That is the official early gang, whoo. Yeah, that's you. Hey, man, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank everybody that joins us tonight. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome that you guys take time out of your schedule to come holler at me on Thursday nights. Saw an early question. I like to answer a question early every once in a while. Let's see what it says. KCT Fishing asks, what trolling motor am I running? Well, right now, I'm running a Minn Kota Ultrex. But in about a month, that will definitely be different. Can I leave you hanging? Can I tease you like that? If you know me, you probably know which way this is going. I'm just saying. D-Money, shout out to Abilene. Abilene in the house. Abilene, you look so mean in the house. Yeah, you could, let's play a game actually. Let's just, for all the regular viewers of the channel that know some of my tendencies as far as brand goes, what trolling motor do you think that I will be running on my next boat? See if you can get this right. I think you should all probably get this right if you've watched this channel at all. Yeah, y'all are spot on. Everybody so far has gotten it 100% right. There hasn't been any incorrect answers, so I guess it's not really a secret. I shouldn't even bother keeping it. Yes, I will be having the Lowrance Ghost trolling motor on my new boat, along with my Lowrance. It'll be one of the rare skeeters that you see these days with Lowrance electronics on it. So we're gonna have all that Lowranceified out. Gonna have the power poles, of course. Love me some power poles, man. They are power poles. Let's talk. I know. Listen, off track, right? Squirrel. We're gonna chase it a little bit. So power poles might be. What is the top 5? Let's do this. Top 5 greatest inventions over the last 10 years in bass fishing. Chatterbait's one. Power poles are definitely one. Spot locking trolling motors. I would say Ultrex, but now there's more than Ultrex. So spot locking trolling motors are definitely one. Live sight forward looking sonars probably have to be one. What else? You guys throw some other stuff in there for the top 5. We got 4. We need one more to fill our top 5 best inventions over the last 10 years in the world of bass fishing. Yeah, but see, the plopper's been around longer than that. It just came into bass fishing, so I don't know. Plopper's really good. Hydraulic jack plate, high-speed reels, drop shot, high gear ratio reels, new skeeter haul. Alabama rig. Was that last 10? I think it's been more than 10 years. Has it been 10 years on the Alabama rig? Padded carpet. That's definitely been more than 10 years. Swing head, that's definitely been more than 10 years. There's a lot of really cool stuff being thrown out here that's like really, really good stuff. But a lot of it came about more than 10 years ago. Hotfoot, that's definitely more than 10 years ago. Yeah, a lot of the stuff y'all are naming came out longer than 10 years ago. This is a very interesting topic. This might have to be a topic that we cover on a podcast someday. We're just dropping all kinds of hints tonight, y'all. Like, I'm just saying. You know what? Whoever said that, they nailed it. And I know this is kind of like, because I'm on YouTube making a video while I say this, but online video. Online video and the popularity of online video in the fishing industry is definitely, has to make the top 5. That has completely changed everything that we do in every way that we operate in this industry, in every industry. Like, that's the number one invention over the last 10 years on earth is social media and online video. So yeah, that's it. So we got chatterbait, power poles, spot lock, and I already forgot one. Something else that I said earlier. An online video / social media involvement in the industry. That's the top 5 craziest or most influential inventions over the last 10 years. How insane is it that the chatterbait is that important? It's the only bait that got put in there. And I don't think it's really a close second. Like, so the Fish Life app, yes! The Fish Life app, listen, the Fish Life app is number 100, baby. It's all the way up as far as the best invention. No, I'm just kidding. We're proud of it, though. We are proud of it. We do think it's pretty cutting edge, pretty revolutionary to this traditional culture and world. Chatterbait was more than 10 years ago? Was it? It might have been. It might have been. It was close. I remember when I moved here 10 years ago. I moved here in 2009, so just a little over 10 years ago. And it was pretty brand spanking new when I first moved back here. Pretty brand new. I guess it was invented more than 10 years ago, but it wasn't taking hold until right around 10 years ago. So yeah, all right, never mind. It's just how much I love the chatterbait. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, I got a problem, and I love chatterbaits. Crappyitis says, Hill Billy. Morrison Outdoors said the Your Lake Fork Guy channel. Man, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there. I don't know if I can put mine in that area, but I appreciate the sentiment. I saw somebody earlier ask me, said it looked like I had Garmin on my boat in the video this week. That wasn't my boat. That's Heath Taylor's boat. He does have Garmin in his boat. I do not have any Garmin. I'm a Lowrance, tried and true. Everything that I do is with Lowrance for me. Bobby's in the house. Keep the shows coming. You're going to see me again real soon, dude. I look forward to it. We had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed my time with you, Pods. Really enjoyed my time. I guess we should do some top 5 baits since we call these live streams top 5 baits. Lake Fork. Lake Fork kind of kicked my butt today. Yep, it did. We did catch fish, but we didn't catch many, and they weren't just overly big. They weren't tiny. They were good fish, solid fish, but we didn't catch very many fish. It was tough. I don't know. It's been really inconsistent at Lake Fork the way it's been fishing. It doesn't even make sense on the days sometimes when you catch them. You're like, well, we shouldn't even be catching them today, but yet we're catching them. And then some days you go out there and you don't catch them. You're like, man, we should kind of be catching them today, but you don't catch them. I had a day like that earlier this week. Like, it was warm, a warm night, a warm morning, cloud cover, southwest west wind. I'm like, oh yeah, oh, here we go. Wrong. Wrong. Am I going to get an FXR? Yes, I'm 100% getting an FXR. It's already been ordered. Skeeter is a little behind on production right now because they're getting a lot of orders for FXRs. But yes, my FXR 20 is on its way. It should hopefully be here. It was supposed to be here by the end of December originally when I ordered it. Now it's going to be here at the end of January. Hopefully they don't move that date out any further because I'm pretty anxious about it if I'm not lying. Yup. The warm days have shut them off. I know it's been kind of weird, like the inconsistency of when they bite and when they don't. So let's talk about the baits that I am using to grind out the sometimes very, very tough bites. Number one bait for me right now is a jig. It's jig season. It is jig season. I'm throwing a hybrid jig. I am throwing greens and browns of some variety. I'm throwing a couple different colors. I'm throwing the speckled craw color. I'm throwing this crawfish drone color. Some variety of green and brown, or either or, seems to be getting a little bit more bites than black and blue. We are catching some on black and blue jigs, and the 3/4 ounce jig has been getting more bites for me than the 1/2 ounce jig. We are getting some bites on the 1/2 ounce jig, but this 3/4 ounce jig has gotten more bites than the 1/2 ounce jig. So the jig is my most trusted bait right now. And I'm not really disappointed when I get to say that, because I like fishing a jig a lot. I really do enjoy fishing a jig. It's one of my favorite things to do. Alabama rig is definitely in the top 5 this week. I didn't grab the old ceiling fan off the boat, but Alabama rig is definitely in the top 5 tonight. But let me say this, the Alabama rig bite that I have been on has kind of faded. The last couple of trips we haven't caught anything on the Alabama rig. But I'm keeping it in the top 5 baits because I don't know a lot of other ways to catch them right now, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So it's kind of my best guess. And we were catching them on it, and I'm sure that'll come back around. That bite will still fire back up again here pretty soon. But the Alabama rig bite definitely has slowed down for me this week significantly. So, another bait, as you guys could probably guess. Everybody guess what it is? It's the chatterbait. The chatterbait. And really, I need to switch my trailer over to the Lake Fork Tackle Live Magic Shad. I need to switch this over to white. It's about time to switch. But this is the Beehite Delight with a Smash Tail Junior as the trailer. And this is just a great bait. This is a great bait and a great color on any lake, any time of year, anywhere you go. It just is. It just is. Even when the water gets cold and they don't want to bite, it seems like you can always grind out some bites on a chatterbait, and a lot of times it'll be quality bites at that. So, yeah. Right there. Chatterbait. I'll see y'all popping a bunch of questions in there. I'm going to get to as many of them just as soon as I can. Number 4, lipless crankbait. Can't ever go wrong with a lipless crankbait this time of year. You can cover a lot of water with it. You can fish grass with it. You can fish open water with it. I don't suggest fishing stumps with it. Lipless crankbait in a crawfish pattern. Never the wrong thing to have tied on around here this time of year. And for number 5, you could go 2 different ways with me. You could go a shallow jerkbait, or you could go a shallow crankbait like the Movement 80X. Jerkbait, obviously really good in cold water. Movement 80X right now, with the grass being thinned out some on a lot of our lakes around here, especially the cold water lakes. The hot water lakes have grass because they grow grass year round. But the cold water lakes have a lot of the grass that's thinned out, and so the Movement 80X will deflect off hard cover really well and cause reaction bites. So could go either way on those. So there's the baits that I'm suggesting for this week. Full disclosure and disclaimer, it's been kind of a tough week. Other than if you go fish power plant lakes, it's not tough. Like, they're spawning, it's on. Like, the power plant lake, it's on at the power plant lakes, Jack. But on the cold water lakes, this has been a tough week for me. It has. And when I say that, I'm talking about Lake Fork. Lake Fork. It's just been tough for me. It has. What's the water temperature on Lake Fork? Well, the water temperature this morning, when we started, was 53, which is not that cold. The problem is, 2 days ago, the water in that exact same area was 59. 2 days ago, so it's been a drastic drop. I did see some water on Lake Fork as high as 55 today, but that's kind of where it was today. Have I tried the Lew's Laser MG reel? I have not thrown the Lew's Laser MG. I sure have not. Sorry about that. What color movement do you suggest? Bone Reactor is a real good color. But this time of year, you know, right now the water's real clear, so I would stay with shad patterns. Wild shad, Bone Reactor, something like that. Any shad pattern, whatever you're confident in a shad pattern would be good for me. Do I like the Lew's Pro TI? I have the Lew's Hypermags, the Lew's Tournament MBs, and the Lew's Super Duty Gs. I don't have any Pro TIs yet. I'm going to be making a Lew's order here, hopefully around the beginning of the year, though. So I'll get some new ones, some new models to try out for you guys. Wearing them out on a jerk bait in the Welsh pockets. I believe that. Welsh is fishing really well, and that is a great bait. Great bait. Catching the 40 fish got you spoiled. Yes. Catching 40 fish in one spot definitely got me spoiled. Unfortunately, that is a private lake, and it is not one that we can go to on a regular basis. I even had somebody in the comments ask me if they could book a guide trip on that private lake. And unfortunately, no, we can't. But it would be awesome if we could, because I promise you, we go out there, we finna whack them, Jack. Like, it's just a matter of, are we gonna whack them or are we gonna whack them? Like, that's happening. Mark Chambers, that is a low blow below the belt, sir. That hurts my feelings. Hurts my feelings. Have I tried the? I saw a couple guys that said, have I tried the stump thing that Jonathan Bolin was talking about in the last seminar? I have not gotten to try it yet. I probably should have today, as much as I struggled, but I have a hard time not fishing a jig the way that I know how to fish a jig. I'm gonna tell you something about me. I have a hard time not fishing the things that I know that I have found versus the things that others find that I hear about. I do much better when I discover something on my own. For me, that's just a personal thing for me. When I figure out a pattern on my own, I will execute and capitalize on that pattern way better than I can on something somebody kind of told me how to do or what to do. Really, I do want to explore that bite because that's right up my wheelhouse and that seems like a really fun way to catch them. But I kind of want to do it when Jonathan's in the boat with me so I can kind of learn from the guy that knows what he's doing. That'll help me acclimate to it better. When somebody tells me, hey man, go do this, that usually doesn't work out real good for me personally. I'm just not, that's not my deal. It's not how it works, not how I'm built. I can take something that's totally off the wall that is not supposed to work near as good and end up doing better doing that if I figure it out myself than I can taking information like that. So. Seabach made it. We appreciate you joining us. How low is Lake Fork? Lake Fork is right around the 2 foot mark, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but it's right around the 2 foot low mark right now. If it doesn't get cold soon, they're going to try to start spawning. Shoot, they might. They might. Where is R. Kelly? Been a minute since we have seen him. R. Kelly is doing just fine. R. Kelly is, in fact, he's kind of catching them. He's on Lake Palestine. He's been fishing on Lake Palestine this month, and he is whacking them a little bit. So you can always reach out to us at Your Lake Fork Guide if you want to get a trip booked with Ronnie. He's still my boy. Still love him like my brother from another mother. We have just, life has gotten in our way of kind of working together the way that we have in the past. We both have very busy lives with 2 young boys that are involved in sports and all that good stuff, and I've got 8 million things going with my off the water business, and Ronnie fishes more than any human being on planet Earth, so we just have not been able to collide the schedules. And after a while of not being able to collide the schedules, we kind of quit trying to collide them. But we've recently been trying to get back together. We're going to hopefully link up sometime here in the next couple weeks to bring Ronnie back on the channel because, Ronnie's my dude, man. We're both Marines. He's my boy. He'll always be my boy. Nothing's ever going to change that with Ronnie Kelly. Sometimes life just gets in the way. That's just the way it goes. What's up, Jerry K? Appreciate you joining us. Ryan the Cool Man, appreciate you, dog. Will do. Galaxy Rods, when do you start thinking pre-spawn? For me, typically I start thinking it right around New Year's Day around here. I start thinking pre-spawn around New Year's Day. Especially the first time the weather warms up a little bit. If the weather warms up a little bit after January 1, I'm really thinking about pre-spawn patterns in a big way. Yeah, this is a shout out to 6 Cents Fishing. They have their rods on sale for 25% off. Then you punch in the Your Lake Fork Guide code, you get another 10%. You actually can go buy rods for 35% off at 6 Cents Fishing right now. That is insane. You can get a Lux rod for less than $100, I think, right now. You can get a Sensory Series rod for dang near $150. Just a little over. I don't know. I'm not a math major, so it's going to be like, yeah, like $160, $170 somewhere in there. Like, unbelievable deal. So if you want to order a rod for Christmas, go to 6centsfishing.com, get whichever rod model you want, then punch in the code Your Lake Fork Guide and get a 35% total discount on the rods and 10% on anything else you order as well. It's my dudes, man. I love working with them so much. Somebody's trying to get in on the prank war, the me and Ronnie Kelly prank war, dude. If we ever get that back, I don't know, man. That one got a little. The old prank war was starting to get a little out of hand at the end, I think. Got a trip booked with you in the spring. Can't wait to go, man. I can't wait either. Hey, that is another hot topic. If you guys want spring trips, all of the guides are starting to really fill up at Lake Fork for the spring trips. I'm certainly no exception. Some of the guys I work with are no exception. If you're thinking about wanting a trip for the spring, you need to be contacting us right now. Right now is the time to book your spring trips. Otherwise, you will not have dates left with the guys you want to go with. And we got a great group of guys we're working with between Ronnie and, we'll send trips to a lot of different guys, whether it be Zach Hughes or Eric Wright or whoever it may be. We got a lot of guys that we send trips to that I have a lot of confidence in their abilities, and I'm not going to send you to them if I don't have a lot of confidence in their abilities. I'll guarantee you that. So you can always reach us at yourlakeforkguide.com. We'd love to take care of you. That's what we see as our life's purpose, is to help everybody, as many people as possible, catch more and bigger fish, whether it's through the videos or through the guide trips. That's what we do. It's just who we are. So give us a shout, man. Hey, Billy, what are your thoughts on that FXR? Well, I will get to know it a lot better soon enough when I have my own. I think it's great. I mean, obviously, I think it's great, or I wouldn't be going to jump in one because, well, she's not sitting behind me right now. She's right out there because she's fixing to she's ready to roll out in the morning. But I think it's great. I love the boat I have. The boat I have is amazing. So I would definitely not be getting out of that boat and going into an FXR if I didn't have all the confidence that it was going to be as good or better of a boat. It's got more space, a little more deck space, which is a good deal as a fishing guide. It is still got the Yamaha show on the back, which is a big deal to me. It's built by Skeeter, which means it's going to be quality built to last. You can beat the brakes off of it like I do 300 days a year, and it'll still hold up and look brand new. Like, when I clean that black and yellow thing up right now, it looks just like it did the day I bought it. Like, it's amazing how well they hold up. So I'm excited for you guys to see it. I can't wait to reveal it to you. It is, I think, this is the first time I've ever, like, custom designed a color on a boat. And they're pretty, nothing crazy as far as the color scheme. But, man, I think this boat looks really sharp. I think it's the best looking boat I've ever owned. I really do. It's, I'm excited to show it to you guys. So that's something we'll have coming up, like I said, hopefully in the next month or so by the end of January. What color, man, I'm gonna leave y'all in suspense on that. We're gonna tease that out a little bit. I'm gonna reveal that. In fact, I think what we're gonna try to do, and don't hold me to this yet, but what we're gonna try to do one of our seminars at Nautical Mile Marine and do a big boat reveal when I get my new boat. Like, do a boat reveal to everybody at the seminar, do it on camera for the show and everything, and talk a little bit about the process that I go through at Nautical Mile and the people that help me there, and let you guys get to know them a little bit and meet them. But do a boat reveal where you guys will get to see the color and the whole setup and the whole shebang all in once on a video. So that is what I want to do. If we can make the logistics of that work out with Nautical Mile, we're going to try to make that happen. What is the yellow handle on the front of your boat? I don't have a yellow handle on the front of my boat. Not sure what you mean on what is the yellow handle on my boat. Heath boat. Oh. So that is kind of a homemade contraption. That is some redneck ingenuity at its finest right there. That is a that's his live scope transducer. So it doesn't have to turn with his trolling motor. He has a separate deal where he pops that down in there when he's using live scope, and he can just turn that handle to point whatever direction it'll hold steady on his live scope transducer. Can I recommend lodging places for us out-of-towners? Absolutely. Lake Fork Marina is your lodging place. Like, whether you need a 2-bed hotel room, whether you need a suite connected for you and your buddies, whether you need a full-on cabin that has multiple bedrooms, or a dang house, literally a house. Lake Fork Marina has all those lodging options. It is the nicest, cleanest, best ran lodging option on Lake Fork. It has a very good restaurant right there on site, a very good tackle shop right there on site, 2 boat ramps. It's Lake Fork Marina is the place to stay when you come to Lake Fork. Can I show you the handle? I don't even know what that means. What is the best creek in Lake Fork to fish during pre-spawn? That is an impossible question to answer because it's going to depend on so many different things. Water clarity in that creek, grass content. It's going to depend on so many different things. What I will tell you is that, you know, if you really want to know, and I know this is a shameless plug, the Fish Life app. I mean, we update every single month. We update. I pick my best spots to fish on Lake Fork for that month, and you can subscribe to that. And if you're only going to be here for a month or two, you can use it for that month or two. You can cancel it anytime, and it'll never charge you again. But I mean, yeah, I work really hard on the Fish Life app to make sure that we have the best spots available. So if you really want to know what the best spot to fish is during a given time of the pre-spawn, whether it be January, February, or March pre-spawn, you can always find that on the Fish Life app. Doing some video editing for my channel. Saw you pop on live. Love your channel. Hey, thank you very much, bud. Appreciate that. The 10 Horse Monty. Y'all go check out the 10 Horse Monty. Awesome, dude. Appreciate it. What kind of structure were you fishing in the 40 plus fish video with Mr. Smash Captain Smash Tech Heath Taylor? So what we had was a little cut, a little cove right out in the mouth of it. There was, you know, a little low spot, and then in that low spot there was just a little subtle hump. It wasn't much to it, just a little subtle hump. But for whatever reason, those fish had gathered there in a big, big, big way. And that's probably the most fish I've ever caught off one spot. Like, that was pretty crazy. We literally caught 40 bass, over 40 bass off of one, like making the same cast. It was, I didn't even really, you know, this, when we shot the video where we caught over 100 pounds in a day, it was the exact same way. I had no idea what we had done until I started editing the video. I didn't know we caught 40 fish that day. I'm not a fish counter. Now, like, once I get to like 8 or 10 and I can't count them on my fingers anymore, I'm out. I don't know how many we got. We got more than 10. I just knew we caught a whole bunch of fish that day, and I had no clue that it was what it was. And then when I got to counting it up, and I said, wait a minute, we had 50-something fish catches on file, and we only caught like 9 of them until we got to that spot. Like, man, that's like 40-something fish catches on one spot. Like, that's insane. 100-pound video was the same way. I knew we caught the fire out of them. I knew we had about a 35-pound bag, because that's what I keep track of, is how much is my best 5 weight. That's what I typically keep track of. But when we shot that 100-pound video, I knew we had a mid-30s pound bag. It was a really good bag of fish, and we really caught them. And then I got to watching. I was like, man, that's a lot of big fish, like a lot of 4-pounders and stuff like that. And so I went back and did the math, and it ended up being over 100 pounds. Both of those things, I would have had no idea exactly about those milestones or how cool that day really was if I wasn't making these videos. It's one of the coolest parts about making this content on the water every week is there's awesome things. Obviously, we all love bass fishing. There's awesome things that happen when you're bass fishing. And when you document them all, then you get to really see how cool it was and how special that day really was. I would have never known that I caught 100 pounds in a day with my buddies. I would have never known that I caught 40 off one spot if it wasn't for the fact that I was making these videos. So one of my favorite parts about making the content is getting to verify what really went down on those special days. Who got me into fishing? I would have to say my father definitely got me into fishing. My mother as well. Just a family thing, man. My whole family all like to fish. A little bit more meat hunters in my family bloodlines. I always just had a thing for bass fishing since I can remember. But I literally don't remember the first fish or bass that I ever caught. I was that young. There's pictures of my dad carrying me, like walking across a log that's laid down over a creek bed to take me fishing with him to a pond in a bassinet. Like, I've been going fishing since before I was able to go fishing. So it's just been something that was born into me. My mom fished a ton. My mom says it's her fault because she fished a bunch when she was pregnant with me. My grandfather loved to fish. He used to have a lake house on Lake Livingston and used to fish a bunch of other places before that. My grandfather on my mom's side, he was an old redneck. old country boy, born in Mississippi on a cotton farm, grew up country, and he loved fishing. And so fishing is in my DNA. There's no doubt about it. I think I'm the one out of my family that really locked in on just bass fishing, but it's in my blood, man. It's in my blood. I don't live good. Like, I don't feel good about life if I don't fish enough. That's the truth. That's God's honest truth. You need to do a video of that technique with OJ Jonathan Bowling. Hey, I agree, and I will tell you this. It may take a little time to get it. It may be a month or 2 months down the road. Just stay tuned. It's coming. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I love that question, by the way, who got you into fishing. That was a really cool question. Colton Doc says he's got to get the kids to bed. See you later, Colton Doc, man. We appreciate you joining in with us tonight. Awesome, awesome. Tony Hollingsworth, man, I really appreciate that. Tony says, I'm glad you're doing this video, and there's young kids need more like you to look up to. That is very, very honoring and very humbling. I certainly don't feel like I should be everybody's role model at times, but man, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. That means, everything that you guys do. Real oil, man, I just shake it around in the water. That's all I do. Everything that you guys do, and hearing things like that, the feedback that we get is just unbelievable. So important to me, and it means so much. So SD card size in my GoPro. SD card size in my GoPro is a 64 gig. I keep a couple of them on hand though. I don't ever really run out with 64 gig, but I'm pretty adamant about when I have dead time. So if I have 30 minutes with no bots, 20 minutes with no bot, I'll go back and delete that, because all my GoPros have the touch screen on the back where I can delete files as I go. Jack Attack 77 says, I am the most underrated fishing YouTuber. I feel like I'm overrated. I do, man. It's been unbelievable to see everything that this social media, evolution has done for my world, for my life. It's just, I'm so beyond grateful and happy that I get to do what I do. You guys understand, like, I don't know if all of y'all understand. I don't have a pedigree in this sport. I didn't fish big tournaments. I fished the local tournaments that I could afford because I was a working man with a young family that didn't make a ton of money, and I couldn't afford to go fish big tournaments. This is all I could do to scrape together to keep a boat in my driveway, man. I mean, I fished out of a plastic boat for a long time. I was just hungry. I just wanted to figure out how to catch every fish I could. It's the way I've always been about it, and to be that guy that knew I wasn't in, I've never been part of any bass fishing inner circle. I've always been the outcast. I've always been the guy that just, nobody really knew who he was. I was just another dude on the lake that didn't know what he was doing, is what people probably thought about me, I'm sure. But the bottom line was I worked my butt off to get better at fishing, and worked my butt off to learn Lake Fork specifically. I got real obsessed with Lake Fork. And then social media came along, and then it took me a while to discover it and realize how to use it. But then I just documented what I do, put it out there, and let the customer base be the judge, and it has just worked out amazingly. It's been beyond my wildest dreams. So to hear somebody say that I'm underrated, I feel like I'm overrated. I've achieved more than I would have ever thought I could have achieved, honestly. So I really appreciate you saying that, man. I really do. Skeeter plant has a shutdown at the end of December every year. That is true. They dang near take a month off. They shut down for like a week or week and a half around Thanksgiving, and then they shut down for like 2 weeks around Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, there's like several weeks where the Skeeter plant shuts down, which I applaud them for. I am never going to get upset with a company for taking care of their employees, and that's what they're doing. And Skeeter, even though as big a company as it is, still operating like that, that's really admirable. So another reason I'm proud to be a guy running a Skeeter. It's a great company. Am I going to get on Bodart Creek when it opens up? Oh, yeah. I'm going to go check it out. I mean, It's a long drive for me, so I probably won't fish up there very often. I doubt I'll be up there very often at all. I mean, it'll be a once in a blue moon thing for me because it's so far. But yeah, it's a new body of water. I'm gonna have to go to like. I wouldn't be me if I didn't have to go to like check that. I won't be able to sleep till I go check it out once it opens. what uh what real oil? My question kept getting passed. Listen, I want to answer every question. I'm so sorry when I passed your question. I honestly, I don't really oil reels. Is that bad? Is that wrong? I don't. That's probably wrong. I just don't. Trying to see any questions that I missed. All right, think we've caught up. Hey, we've gone a little long. So apparently there's some other guys that don't use real oil either. Yes, I'm not alone, thank goodness. When they squeal, it's time for a dunk or a new one. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. And it depends on how loud they're squealing. Sometimes you kind of fall in love with that squeal. If it makes that right noise, it's like, oh yeah, I got that. That was a good cast. I had that one right. So, all right, we'll wrap it up, man. Hey, thank you guys, as I always say, so much. I'll never, ever, ever repay the debt that I owe to y'all for exactly what we were just talking about, helping me build this thing and helping me become what this platform has become. Has just been unbelievable, and I owe it all to you. So thank y'all very much for that. And yeah, good luck this weekend, man. Go catch you some big old fish. Get out there and grind on them. It might be a little tough if you're on the cold water lakes, but grind on them. Grind them till you find them, baby. And you never know this time of year when the giant's going to show up. So just get after them, boys, and you just don't know. Hey, man, thanks once again. We'll see y'all next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide.